Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Let's Play of Star Control 2. We just finished up Star Control 1 just the other day. Now we're moving on to Star Control 2. A little background on this game. I have played this game. I have not beaten it, though. I have played it in years past, but I have not beaten it. So I went in a little bit. As you can see, I played it for like 3 minutes. I just went in to make sure like some of the controls and how they work and blah, blah, blah. So, but we're going to get into this, and we are going to start playing Star Control 2. Time to go. Let's see if there's an intro or anything. I didn't check. Accolade presents. Star Control 2, the Ur-Quan Masters. There were many great battles. Earth and her partners in the Alliance of Free Stars against the evil Ur-Quan and its hierarchy of battle thralls. And the Ur-Quan were winning. Meanwhile, on the edge of the known frontier, an amazing discovery was made. Far beneath the surface of an unexplored alien world, a huge underground city filled with the technological wonders of an advanced alien race, the Precursors, who vanished 1,000 centuries ago. But then the main Ur-Quan fleet broke through the Alliance's defensive line, isolating the planet and stranding the scientists and 100 light years away from Earth. They waited, hopefully, for a rescue vessel, which never came. "20 years have passed. We, the survivors of the research mission, have colonized this world. We continued our investigation of the underground city and have discovered its purpose. It's a factory! A factory for building starships. What a coinkydink! But there aren't enough materials to make a complete vessel. We can finish only a skeleton of this one starship, but that must be enough. Because you must captain the vessel and return to Earth. To travel the great distance, you must push through into hyperspace. Find out what has happened over these many years. Tell Earth of our plight. And if the war with the Ur-Quan still rages, fight for Earth and the Alliance as well as you can. Press enter. Can we... Cheeto? Can I not? There we go. Oh, God.
Attention, Interloper. Heed this recorded message. This drone vessel speaks with the voice and authority of Ur-Quan. You are trespassing within Ur-Quan space. This world, Earth, may not be approached for any reason, nor will hostilities against our orbital platform be tolerated. In addition, your ship does not respond to standard hierarchy identification transmissions, and is therefore deemed to be independent.
I like to consider myself an independent.
This is not permissible. Only subservience shall be tolerated. This drone now leaves to inform the Ur-Quan of your transgressions. You are commanded to remain here and await the arrival of the Ur-Quan. Disobedience will be punished.
So for those on YouTube, probably what I'm going to do is I'll probably cut this in here. But for YouTube, like, I played the first part of this game, like the first initial interaction with the humans and stuff like that, and I was playing the original version, and then my friend here, Hermes Agorius, I'm just gonna call you Herms. Sorry, Herms, not Hermes. Is it Hermes or Herms? Probably Hermes. But anyway, he turned me on to the free Stars version, which has voice acting, so I can give my voice a rest. And plus, he probably just didn't want to hear me doing the voices. Hermes is good, thanks. Hey, no problem. Also, thank you so much for turning me on to this. I would have known. Like, as I said, I played the original version. I just bought the GOG version, and this version was free. So, yeah, if any of you want to try to start Star Control 2, it's called Free Stars.
Attention, unidentified space vessel. I am Starbase Commander Hayes of the slave planet Earth. Our hyperwave broadcast is extremely weak. Situation critical. Energy cores exhausted. Scanners and deep radar are non-functional. We cannot identify your vessel. Are you the scheduled hierarchy resupply ship? Repeat, are you the resupply vessel?
So, no, this is Starship Apollo. We stand ready to assist you.
The Starship what? Never mind, look. We won't last much longer. Here's our situation. According to our oath of fealty to the Ur-Quan, we must maintain the starbase, but we have no space vessels of our own, and the shield prevents us from contacting Earth, so we're totally dependent on the Ur-Quan supply vessels for everything we need up here. We know there's a hierarchy base on the surface of the moon, but we can't contact them. The Ur-Quan were supposed to resupply the base at regular 5-year intervals, but we haven't received anything in almost 8 years. What we don't recycle, we can usually synthesize, but to do so, we need replacement radioactives for our generator energy cores. If you could bring us some radioactive elements, we can fabricate the cores ourselves. Are you willing to help us?
I'll do. Where can we find the radioactive?
The fastest way to get radioactives in this system would be to land on Mercury and scour the surface for deposits of radioactive elements. But be careful. Mercury's a pretty inhospitable place. Watch out for earthquakes and those high temperature areas.
We will leave now to find elements you require.
Thanks. I'll make sure to mention this the next time I talk with our masters. I'm sure they will reward you.
I'm sure they'll reward us too. So what I did last time is I went to the moon before going to Mercury because they were talking about the moon base. So we're going to go there and check it out. Plus, it'll give me a chance to get the controls of the lander. Ooh, look at that. Like, came zooming in. Was that in the original? I don't remember. I don't think so. All right. Auto scan? Mineral scan? Ooh, this auto scan's kind of nice. Report from servers. We have discovered an alien base, and we have explored its interior. The installation must have been abandoned many years ago, but great care has been taken to make it appear active. Life support systems are functioning, fusion generators are at full output, and robotic construction vehicles have been programmed to roam the lunar surface, bulldozing moon dust into random piles. In addition, we have found the installation's hyperwave locked in a transmit mode, endlessly playing the same alien recording. Although we cannot translate the message, our Xenotech Ensign Rigby believes that the message is some kind of alert on a Mayday broadcast. The base is filled with useful materials and equipment. We will scavenge as much as we can and bring it aboard immediately. Plus, that we brought a little bit back. All right. So wait a minute, really quick. I want to. How do we shoot? Well, that's how you go back. There it is. Oh, they don't give us anything. Okay. This is a version initially released on the old Panasonic 3DO console platform back when it was CD based, so they took advantage of that when updating. Aluminum. Iron. Oh yeah, FMVs. We'll head back. We don't need one of that. Took advantage of that when updating the release, i.e. photorealism, voice files, etc. There was a 3D animated video intro too. Oh, I did do the intro. Maybe we'll have to go back and do the intro. Maybe I'll throw that in the beginning instead. For YouTube, I can edit all this together because I do post all of my stuff on YouTube as Let's Plays. So, you know, like Twitch is where you get to see the raw stuff, but then I edit it together and make it into a Let's Play, if you know what I mean. So. Okay, so. Yeah, maybe we'll check out the FMVs then. I'm not worried about it. I'm just trying to remember what may have been added to a CD release. Gameplay is good for me. Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing you play / make decisions. I remember well, you weren't here for the beginning of this, but I did play this game back when I was younger. So I do remember when this game first came out, because my dad had it, and so I do remember some elements of this game, but it's been a very long time since I've played this one. I actually played 3 recently. I didn't play through it. I just played some of it. Just oh. Well, we don't have any more. Right? Rest in peace, man. All right. Well, I guess I think we got, right? We got the. We got. Yeah, we got radioactive, so hopefully we have enough. And driving got you. That's true. It definitely got me. Well, here's hoping we can make another one. sure we'll be able to.
Did you find any radioactive elements for our power cores?
We're ready to transfer radioactives.
We're initiating transfer of radioactives, Captain. Now, as soon as our engineers can refit the energy cores, there, that's much better. Power ratings are climbing. Life support is coming back into the green. Deep radar systems and sensors are now online, and I can scan your vessel. What the hell kind of ship is that? Just who are you, Captain?
I am Captain Cheeto of the Starship Apollo. We are the survivors of the Star Control Science Research Team to the Vela star system.
Star Control Science Mission, huh? Captain, I served as a Star Control officer during the war aboard several cruisers in the Corward Front. And if there'd been any scientific mission to Vela, I would have heard about it.
The secret mission was highly secret.
You know, come to think of it, there were some rumors that Corridor 9, the Special Operations Division of Star Control, was directing some hush-hush operation near Androsynth Space. The Vela star system, yes, that would be the right direction. So, Captain, if you say it's true, how do you explain that huge alien starship you're flying? And why are you here? What do you want from us?
We have returned to Earth to give you the technological secrets of the Precursors and to help you fight the Hierarchy.
Fight the Ur-Quan. Win back our freedom. I remember having such thoughts myself once, long time ago. That was in the first years after the defeat, when it was still terrifying to look up and see the bloody glow of the pulsating slave shield overhead. Though day and night we gazed up at the impenetrable wall as though the sheer power of our hatred would pull it down. But over the years, I spent so much of my time struggling, down on the surface, under the shield, and then later up here trying to keep the station alive, that I'd forgotten what it means to be free, to hate our Ur-Quan masters. And now here you are, in an alien ship of unknown power, offering me your assistance to fight against the Hierarchy again after all these years. Captain, your offer is intriguing. It's tempting to think that with your advanced precursor technology, we can somehow crack the Earth's slave shield and reassemble the Alliance to attack the Hierarchy. And this time, win the damn war. Consider the consequences if you should fail. The Ur-Quan won't just punish us here on the station. They'll exact a gruesome retribution on the surface below as well. Before I commit this station to helping you attack the Ur-Quan and accepting the risk of annihilation if we are defeated, I have to make sure that you and your ship have what it takes to oppose the Hierarchy. I'll make you a deal. If you can eliminate the alien base on the moon and get rid of that threat at least, I will seriously consider your offer.
We found the base, and it was abandoned years ago.
Darned! All these years we've been listening to their incoherent broadcast, and we never even guessed. Captain, listen closely. Long-range sensors show a ship closing on this station fast. Our computer identifies it as Ilrath, Avenger class. I think you've got a fight on your hands, Captain. Your best bet is to wait until you have point-blank range. Captain, it's jamming our signal.
Oh boy, here we go.
By the fetid breath of the Dark Twin Kazon, a human and an alien starship. How fascinating. When I intercepted that Ur-Quan drone and learned that an unidentified starship had approached Earth, I never expected to find such a remarkable vehicle in the hands of
Hey,
a
Jartza,
human.
welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for being here.
Humans are prey animals, weak and helpless. But here is a human in an armed starship, and therefore in direct violation of the oath of fealty.
Oh, Hermes. By the way, thank you for following. I didn't notice you did that.
Will punish
Not sure when, about 26 minutes ago. I apologize for not noticing that.
When I present them with the twisted wreckage of your ship and your many charred corpses.
Where the hell did you come from?
Since you will soon be dead.
Soon
I
be
will
dead.
gladly explain.
I love having the
We
voice
have spent
acting.
many years gleefully preying on the Pakunka. They are a pitiful, easily killed species. And we would have continued in this divine worship of Dogar and Kazon, but we required additional crew members and repairs to our cloaking device. So we departed the Jiglass constellation and set course for home. But before we had reached our region of space, we detected the passage of a nearby vessel, the Ur-Quan drone. It informed us about you, so here we are. And now, you die!
Okay, here we go. Alright, I need to figure out how to fire. Use the gravity!
What a beautiful sight, Captain. I haven't seen an Avenger blown away like that since the battle in Draco. I guess you've shown that you can handle yourself in battle, Captain.
Yeah.
So my last reservation about helping you has been dissolved. I will commit this station to helping free Earth and defeat the Ur-Quan. We may get our atoms rearranged in the process, but by God, Captain, we're going to try. So the obvious first step is to get the Precursor equipment and software over here so that we can make it work with our ship repair fabricators. But then what, Captain?
Then, Commander, we will proceed to kick some major alien butt. Trust me, Commander, I have a plan. A really good plan. But for now, it will remain a secret. That's probably more accurate, but I think we're going to go with this one. We will slowly build our strength, unifying an allied starfleet, and bring the Ur-Quans to their knee equivalents.
A sensible plan, Captain. Let's get to work. Good luck. By the way, Captain, I think we need a name for this new alliance we're going to forge. And since it was your idea, it's only fair that you get the honor of naming it. So, what will it be?
Just so you know, Jartaz, I don't know how long you... or Jartza? I don't know. I'm bad at pronouncing names. Just so you know, I played this game growing up. I did play the original version without the voice acting. I actually started playing without the voice acting until Hermes, turned me on to this version. And it was free. So I was like, hell yeah, man, let's do it. But yeah, I played this game. I never beat it. I'm going to be honest. I never beat it growing up, but I did play it a lot. But as a teenager, young teenager, I think I was like 13, 14 years old. No, this I think this is the Ur-Quan Masters version. Right? Isn't this the Ur-Quan Masters version? Okay, so last time we did the United Federation of Worlds. I know that the new Alliance of Free Stars, I think, is the canon name, but should be HD resolution then. Well, I guess not. I don't know. I mean, it's the Free Stars Ur-Quan. This is the original ported 3DO version of Star Control 2, not a fan remake update. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get confused at the moment. Very much the OG resolution pixel graphs. Well, and sometimes there's just a lot to that, like you kind of love those old graphics. You kind of go back to them, Anyway, but anyway, yeah, if you have any questions, Jartza, let me know. I'm more than willing to chat anything gaming or retro gaming or anything like that. I played lots of Wing Commander back in the day. I have tons of Wing Commander. I played through the entire Wing Commander series on my YouTube. Well, on Twitch years ago, but on my YouTube. So I've got lots of retro stuff on there, plus a lot of Star Trek games. Anyway, all right. That's shameless self-plug over. So I know that canon, yes, very much a Privateer fan. My favorite Wing Commander, actually. I did a whole playthrough on my YouTube, well, on Twitch, and then put it on YouTube, so it's still there. But yes, I love Privateer. Good God, that's my favorite. That is like my favorite Wing Commander game, period. Okay. So I know that this is the canon one, but I'm going to do the United Federation of Worlds because I'm a Star Trek fan.
Nonetheless, we'll make it so. The United Federation of Worlds. Now, Captain, I expect the configuration process for the starbase to take at least 2 weeks, so let's get to work. I have good news to report, Captain. We have successfully integrated the Precursor technology from your ship into our fabricator system, and as you can see, we've already begun minor repairs on your ship, patching up some of the micrometeorite holes. We noticed that your ship does not have an emergency warp escape unit, so our engineers rigged up some for you and each of your escorts. Now, you should be able to escape from a bad situation with the touch of a button. But there is a cost, however. The unit gulps up 5 fuel units each time your Precursor ship uses it. Also, we now have a limited capacity to make modifications to your ship, to refine starship fuel, to build additional combat ships, and to train new members of your crew for the flagship and any ships you acquire for your fleet. Captain, I know you're eager to get to work, so I'll be brief. If you have any questions how this starbase works, what resources we need, or just some background information on the galaxy, don't hesitate to ask.
Ooh.
The more minerals you bring us, Captain, the faster we'll be able to tackle the Ur-Quan. Certainly, Captain. What do you need to know? We can modify your Precursor ship, build additional combat vessels, and supply you with fuel and crew. Our engineers and Precursor specialists agree with the scientists from your world that your starship was designed to be a workhorse vehicle, which can be easily reconfigured for different missions by adding or swapping self-contained equipment packs, which we call modules. The modules we can build right now are thruster units, which make your ship move faster, attitude jets, which allow you to rotate the ship more quickly, crew pods, which provide life support facilities for up to 50 additional crew members, storage bays, which increase your ship's cargo capacity for mineral resources, fuel tanks, which hold an additional 50 units of fuel, dynamos, which feed energy into your combat energy batteries, improving your weapon's rate of fire, and last but not least, ion bolt guns, combat weaponry, the exact function of which depends on its location aboard the ship. When put in the first or front module slot, it fires a single shot forward. When put in the second slot, it fires 2 shots, spread to the left and right of center. When put in the third slot, it fires 2 shots directly, left and right. And when put in the last or rear slot, it fires a single shot straight backwards.
Yes, I have played Rebel Galaxy Outlaws. I've actually had several people request me play it, so I did play it. I did play it on Twitch exclusively, so I do have a Let's Try on, I do have my Let's Try when I first tried it on YouTube, but yeah, I have played Rebel Galaxy Outlaws. I don't think I've made it all the way through the story, and I kind of start and stop with it, you know, like, I don't know. But no, I know what you mean. I've played Rebel Galaxy Outlaws. It is definitely a spiritual sequel to like the Privateer, spiritual successor, yeah, to Privateer. Yeah, and yeah, I've played it. As I said, maybe I'll give it a shot again here in the near future. It's been a hot minute since I played it.
This base is designed to service Hierarchy ships. Fortunately, your flagship uses the same stabilized antimatter technology as Hierarchy vessels and will be able to synthesize what you need. However, due to the size of your ship, we'll have to produce vast quantities of fuel, which will be a substantial drain on our resources. Our shipyard facilities are sophisticated and fully automated, permitting a handful of starbase personnel to do the same job as 500 vac-suited construction workers. However, the only designs that we had in our computers were incomplete Hierarchy ship designs. Things looked grim until one of the officers came forward with an amazing story. Even though the Ur-Quan destroyed every Earthling cruiser in the fleet nearly 20 years ago, one of my maintenance engineers was a starship production assistant at the Detroit shipyards. When Earth was conquered, she was ordered to destroy all ship construction databases. But she secretly made copies of the blueprint discs and then kept them with her ever since. These discs contain all the data we need to build as many Earthling cruisers as you want, provided you, Captain, can supply the large amounts of mineral resources required to build those vessels. In theory, Captain, we could build alien starships here if we had designs for them. However, It's a well-known fact that alien vessels just can't be flown in combat without native starship captains at the helm.
Yeah, I mean, I've experienced a lot of those dogfights. Yeah, it is a very fun game. Don't get me wrong. Um, I mean, it's kind of like the Privateer thing, though. I mean, Privateer had a good story, but it wasn't like a dense story. Like, you could get through the story technically in a couple hours if you really wanted to. The more fun is just building. Starting your journey as a privateer, doing trading, going back and forth, and then building up, and then finally getting to the story when you get to, was it New Detroit where the story starts? I believe either New Detroit or New Constantinople. I think it's one of those two where the story starts. I want to say it's New Detroit. I think, but anyway, yeah. Um, just so you also know, my son does play on here as well. We do share this Twitch channel, so you may see like Kingdom Hearts or Minecraft or something on here. I promise you, it's not me. It's my son, and again, you know, we have decided, because we just have one setup. We just decided to share, which is fine by me. But just if you ever tune in, you're like, why is there Minecraft on here? I don't play Minecraft. So I do play a lot of retro RPGs though. Anyway. Okay.
We have almost 2,000 highly motivated, skilled professionals aboard this starbase, and every single one of them wants
it's
a
very
berth
low
aboard
stress.
your starship. However, each hand we lose to your ship means less manpower here at the starbase.
Oxford, yes, the university
in the
planet.
RU cost.
Oxford.
As long as you don't lose too many crew members to combat or planet exploration, the RU cost will remain static. But we have only so many warm bodies on this starbase, and if your needs for crew grow beyond a certain point, the cost could increase dramatically. As you know, Captain, we've committed the entire output of this station to building your flagship and your battle fleet into the strongest force possible. However, our resources are very limited, and we feel you must decide how we are to spend our effort and materials. To aid you in making these decisions, we have implemented a resource allocation scheme. We provide you with a numerical assessment of the station's resources and ascribe a cost to each task we can perform and each device we can build. It's up to you to decide how you're going to spend your resource units, or RU as we call them. To acquire more RU, you must bring resources back to the starbase. These resources can be either in the form of mineral ores gathered from planet surfaces or already refined metals and other valuable materials from the wreckage of enemy starships.
Just out of curiosity, are you Orion, Galaxy, or Centurion as your end game vessel? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, which one's your favorite out of those?
The most straightforward way you can accumulate resource units is to bring mineral ores back to this starbase. There are probably enough resources in just the nearby dozen stars to build your ship into a powerful battleship or to create a strong task force of combat vessels. I would also recommend that you build several additional storage bays. When gathering minerals, focus on cleaning out one star system at a time. This way you minimize the cost of travel through hyperspace.
What use are our planet landers' sophisticated lifeform analyst features?
While I respect your search for abstract knowledge, frankly, Captain, in our present circumstances, I see little use for such data here. Perhaps you can make use of biological information elsewhere. What else can I tell you?
All right. I'm going to run to the restroom really quick. I will be right back. Oh. Old man equals old bladder. Okay. Oh, the ship sounds like you may be the hardest core fan between the two of us. Endgame was the 6-shooter fighter for me. Ah, the Centurion. Yes. Yeah, the Centurion was always the end game ship because man, when you got to the end of the game, whoo, buddy, you had to have that ship. You ain't taking it out with no Galaxy, that's for damn sure. All right.
We can modify your Precursor ship, build additional combat vessels, and supply you with fuel and crew. Our engineers and Precursor specialists agree with the...
Didn't we already read that? Okay.
Our shipyard facilities are sophisticated and fully automated, permitting a handful of Starbase personnel to do the same job as 500 vac-suited construction.
I think we already did all that.
What else can I tell you? Can you be more specific?
How do we... Okay, where can I find the most useful, plentiful minerals?
If you have the patience, I would recommend you spend several months or even a year gathering mineral resources. You can find such minerals on almost any planet's surface, but the quality and density will vary depending upon the type of planet you're on. Base metals are probably the most common materials you'll find, but they aren't particularly valuable. You can find rarer precious and radioactive elements
Waldo.
on metal-rich
Good morning.
worlds such as Mercury. An old miner once told me that you could tell the relative quality of a planet's minerals based on the planet's color as seen from space. Remember the color sequence from good to bad? The miner had a mnemonic that went something like, very young orangutan could grow bananas perhaps rather well. It is also the case that mineral yields will be better at hotter stars. Temperature is related to the size and color of a star. Red stars are the coolest, then orange, yellow, green, blue, and the hottest stars are white. That all depends on whom you meet, doesn't it, Captain? Well, in all seriousness, if you encounter the Ilrap, Vux, Androsynth, or other Hierarchy Battle Thralls, I wouldn't hold out much hope for a peaceful encounter. So if you feel you have the advantage, attack. The resources you will scavenge from the enemy's wreckage are well worth the effort. If you can find Alliance races who are in a position to help us, then you must convince them to join with us. Their assistance may be crucial to our success. Let's see. You need to build up and balance the strength of your flagship. I would add thrusters up to, say, 5 or 6. Speed is essential in combat, but it would also pay off over the long haul in hyperspace. And if you prefer to avoid confrontation, nothing beats a great pair of legs. I would add turning jets for increased maneuverability. I would add enough weapons to defend yourself if you're caught without escort ships. You need more crew, at least 50 to make productive voyages into space. You need additional fuel, at least 50 units. You need at least 1 lander. Your weapons will be underpowered in combat if you don't have at least 1 dynamo. I guess I'd gather more minerals to build up a good supply of resource units. Captain, I wish I had an easy answer, but I don't. The only way I can see of liberating Earth as well as the Alliance allies is to destroy the Ur-Quan and their armada of battle thralls entirely. To defeat our enemies, we will need awesome strength, both in your flagship and the fleet, as well as the assistance of powerful new allies. Though combat will be unavoidable and sometimes necessary to achieve our goals, I'm certain your wits will be at least as important as your weapons. You'll need to explore this region of space, gathering resources and information wherever you go.
Going well, Waldo. Thank you very much for joining the stream. Actually, I played a little bit earlier, and then Hermes in the chat, he turned me on to I just realized the chat is like behind the game, so I'm sorry about that. But he turned me on to this version of the game, which has voice acting, so I switched over to this one. But it is basically the same game, just voice acted. I mean, Joe, I don't know if we need to hear all
What
this.
else can we discuss? What else can I tell you? What aspect of history, Captain? Which group of aliens? Okay, which race?
Oh boy.
The Shofixti are a race of intelligent marsupials who had been civilized for only a few decades when the war began. They were discovered in the Delta Gorno star system by the Yehat, who adopted and then uplifted the Shofixti, giving them advanced technology and cultural definition. Shofixti are noble and fearless warriors, Captain. In addition, their incredible fecundity and rapid maturation rate kept Alliance ranks solid even at the worst part of the war. You know, I once flew as an observer aboard one of their ships on routine patrol. We never saw the enemy, but I could never stop thinking about the glory device it had strapped to the bottom of its hull.
the glory device. Starting down. Yeah, you're right. It's starting down, staring down an encyclopedia of reading. Dude, seriously. Like, and I'm not that great of a reader. Like, you heard me. I'm not that great. So this is like right up my alley where it's like you take the original game and you put voice acting in it, I'm game. I'm set. It doesn't change anything really about the game. You know, just as it puts voice acting on it rather than me sitting there reading it. I'm all for it. Thanks. Wasn't sure if I was going to be awake again today, but how raw my throat was. Oh, I'm sorry, Waldo.
The Yehat are a race of ancient warrior clans that have been traveling the stars for many centuries. Clans are highly competitive and sometimes even wage war on each other, but the clans are all loyal to the Queen and her royal family, known as the Veepzeeps. The Veepzeeps have been in power for over 2,000 years, and it is said that during their rule, the Yehat never lost a battle. I'd like to think I'm not a bigoted person, Captain, especially when it comes to allies, but there's just something about those Arilu that gives me the creeps. One thing I'll say for them, though, they possess some technique for moving really fast through hyperspace. They never let us know what it was, but sure beats the pants off our fastest ships.
Gonna cut a mat off my dog's ear.
The Chenjesu were leaders of the
Chenjesu.
Alliance, even though they
Chenjesu.
refused to accept formally the title. I don't know if their silicon-based biology is just plain superior to our old carbon models, or if their fantastic intellect were the product of an ancient, peaceful culture. Whatever the reason, I'd rather be taking orders from a Chenjesu than any other life form, absolutely. One of the more amazing things about them was they never used hyperwave communicators. They could send messages naturally, and their natural hyperwave receptors were much more sensitive than even our best units. We didn't really get much of a chance to learn about those mechanical beings, but I'll tell you what I know. They're the product of a distant, unknown culture who sent a giant factory ark into our region of space many centuries ago. The Mother Ark, that's what the Earth Press called it, turned out millions of robots and finally broke down. I don't know why the Myrnaherm didn't repair the Mother Ark. Maybe they can't. My personal guess as to why they were sent here is that they're on the leading edge of a colonization project. And once the Myrnaherm have tamed enough new worlds, the genuine colonists, whoever they are,
and it is
will arrive and claim their due.
It is a big info dump. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, it really does. Saberjack, yeah. Sabrejack? Yeah, I like the sword saber. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I know. But you know what? As I said, I played this game as a kid, and I remember reading all of this. I'm so glad it's being spoken to me now.
Most raw recruits saw the Siren as nothing more than warm breathing.
And I'm also glad to share it
are,
with everybody on my YouTube and Twitch, obviously.
They are far more than simple joy units. The history shows the Siren established and maintained a peaceful culture from their Bronze Age through their discovery of starflight. Before the planet was destroyed in a horrible cataclysm, their world was an Eden.
I would like a divorce.
What other group of aliens are you interested in?
Hey, Mufasa, how you doing, my friend? I also forgot, you guys, we have free sound bites. So if you're interested in doing some sound bites, please feel free to. I pirated it. Now I've been playing them back with 30 years of interest. Well, this was free on Steam, so you don't really need to pirate this. I was spoiled by 3DO, apparently. Yeah, well. But anyway, welcome, Mufasa. You can have your divorce whenever you would like. Oh, you pirated it back in the day. Got it.
Which species? Our enemy is cunning, relentless, and possesses technology superior to all, but perhaps that found aboard your starship. The Ur-Quan are born, live, and die for one purpose only: the subjugation of all other intelligent life in the galaxy. Why? I don't know. They'd probably have an easier time just destroying intelligence, but they're very careful not to use more force than is necessary to achieve their victim's submission. I'd sure like to know what made those wormy bastards as twisted as they are, and I'd like to know why they keep on the move, never stopping longer than it takes to enslave whomever they find. The Mycons are hard to get a handle on. In fact, I'm not sure any human has ever had a real conversation with a Mycon. What we know of them, we've learned from their corpses, which, I may add, have a nasty habit of coming back to life when thawed out from a decompression quick freeze. Mycon ships seem to expend a significant amount of energy on life support. This is probably because the Mycon only thrive in temperatures close to the melting point of lead. As far as we know, the Mycon are the only race to actively seek out the Ur-Quan in order to become combat slaves.
Yeah, it really is a sign of a really good conqueror.
Imagine facing a cowardly, mobile clam armed with a howitzer, and you've got a good idea of what it's like dealing with a Spathi. Although they tend to avoid battles as much as their masters will allow, once in battle, a Spathi eluder is one tough cookie. I once heard a rumor, though I don't like to believe in it myself, that a rogue band of courageous Spathi broke away from the main Starfleet, painted their ships black with bright red stripes, and formed the Black Spathi Squadron, dedicated to performing brave and hostile deeds. Like I said, I'd have to see it to believe it.
The Ur-Quan actually treat their people badly. Hey, we don't need no sympathetic villains here, Waldo, okay? We're not Doctor Dooming the Ur-Quan. All right? Just Doctor Doom's a dictator. He may treat his people well, but he's a dictator. Like the Mongol Empire thing where they conquered people and then... no, they just put them under a slave shield. So Earth right now, as you see that red back there, is a slave shield. So Earth is cut off from the rest of the galaxy. So who knows what's going on down there? It could be all zombies eating each other down there. Who knows?
It's unfortunate that the Umga fell to the Ur-Quan so early in the war, because I suspect we would have gotten along well with those big blob creatures. At the very least, it would have been entertaining. We know them a bit better than most races because they were eager to talk with our ships before, after, and during battle. The Arielu intimated that they had a relationship with the Umga before the Ur-Quan arrived, but I don't know any details. When I was flying combat missions along the Corward front, there was nothing we feared more than the Androset hit-and-run squadron. Their blazer ships were more than a match for our cruisers, so we stayed clear of Ada Vulpeculae, their home star. In addition, I think each of us aboard the ship knew deep down in our hearts that the Androset had a damn good reason for hating us. Our grandparents had kept them as slaves for nearly 50 years.
No, you don't need to beg any pardon. I'm also not familiar with Star Control. Well, this series actually is pretty deep. Between Star Control, like Star Control 1 was pretty basic, which you saw. Star Control 2 is actually very narrative based, if I remember correctly. And they actually expand the world a lot. Star Control 3 kind of makes a hard right turn. But I still like it. It's the first one I ever played was Star Control 3. But I do admit that Star Control 2 definitely has more of like a narrative, like a more narrative aspect to it. Yeah, that red thing behind the man is it is Earth, yes.
I still have nightmares about those spiders taking me prisoner, using me as one of their 6 sacrifices to Dogar and Kazon, their twin gods of destruction and torment. Those guys were almost as scary as the Androset to those of us in Deep Space Patrol. Their Avenger ships could appear out of nowhere and melt a cruiser down to slag in seconds. Luckily for us, the bulk of the Ilrath fleet was thrown against the Genjesu and the Myrnaherm.
The Myrnaherm, that's how you say it. I always call them Myrn.
The Starship Far Voyager under the command of Captain Jeffrey L. Rand encountered the Vux near Beta Mira. Although the details are hazy, it's generally accepted that Rand offended the Vux Starship commander with an inadvertent insult.
Oh.
What other group of aliens are you interested in? None that we had made formal contact with. The Chen Jesu implied that they had met two other star-faring species, one near the Gickless constellation and the other directly coreward from Procyon. The Arilu once mentioned having some fun with an alien race in Draconis, but like so much else with the Arilu, they never revealed the whole story. I'm sure there are hundreds more alien races in our galaxy, but beyond what I've told you, your guess is as good as mine. Would you like information on any other aspect of history? What about the war? Earth got involved late in the game in 2112 when the Chenjesu arrived in our solar system for the first time. So let's back up a few years to 2098 when the Chenjesu super-sensitive receivers detected a strange signal from the Ophiuchi constellation. Though even the Chenjesu didn't know it, it was the first sign of the Ur-Quan's arrival. The Ur-Quan, having detected the presence of many sentient species, were beaming out an exulting hunting cry. The first direct evidence of the Ur-Quan's intent was the sudden conquest of the Umga, a solitary though not unfriendly species in the Orionis constellation. The Chenjesu, distraught by the invasion, were further angered when the Ur-Quan turned their fleets on the hostile but weak Ilrath race. A hastily assembled defense force of Myrna Herman Chenjesu vessels turned the Ur-Quan fleet aside, but the invader moved into Spathi space, rapidly subjugating that race. With each new conquest, the Ur-Quan fleet grew larger as it added slave vessels to its ranks. Earth joined the Chenjesu to form the Alliance of Free Stars at about the same time as the Androsynth stars fell to the Ur-Quan armada. Before the ink was dry on our agreement with the Chenjesu in 2116, a new race appeared in orbit around the moon and asked for admittance to the Alliance. It was the Arilu Lalile. The timing seemed unusual, and the Arilu were definitely weird, looking like saucer men from Mars, but we were too busy cranking up our mothballed heavy industry that we really didn't pay it much attention at the time.
I've forgotten almost everything by now, and Motos Gaming dying an undignified death would be a fun bonus. Yeah, well, that's going to happen.
At the start of the war, here on Earth, we were working like crazy, churning out hundreds of heavy cruisers and smaller support vehicles. The Ur-Quan were busy too. Unbeknownst to us, they had moved down towards the Luton Star Group and were attacking the Vux, who only the Yehat knew existed. Our botched first contact with the Vux took place in 2119, and it was the biggest single mistake we made during the war. After defeating the Vux, the Ur-Quan fleets ran smack into the combined might of the Yehat and Shofixti, supported by the first wave of our cruisers. Again, the Ur-Quan turned away from the hard spot to attack the weak, though we just thought they were running away. In fact, the Ur-Quan had found another independent alien race, the Mycon, in the Brahi constellation. The Mycon's voluntary submission to the Ur-Quan brought the return of the Ur-Quan fleets, now swollen with 100 devastating Mycon pod ships. The last entrants to the conflict were the Cyrene, a race of space gypsies who had escaped the hierarchy by moving their vast fleet of slow-moving habitats into human space. With the side set, the last Ur-Quan offensive began. The Ur-Quan came roaring through Vux space and tried to push past the India and Mira star systems. Their onslaught was barely repulsed, and our counterattack made hardly a dent on the hierarchy forces, but we held the line. The coreward front remained intact. Over the following 10 years, there were many great battles between the combined Alliance Starfleet and the Ur-Quan and their Hierarchy of Battle Thralls. Then in 2134, a dramatic shift in the balance of power took place. This must have been about the time the science research mission was sent to the planet of Vela. Our fleets were pushed back from the Indy-Mira line beyond Raynet. Holding Rigel caused grievously in Chenjesu forces, and the Ur-Quan, recognizing this weakness, shifted to focus the brunt of their forces on Procyon.
Yeah, let's keep it spoiler-free.
That was the last we heard from the Chenjesu.
It's been many years since I've played
this. A few weeks later,
game, and I know that
ships hit us from all directions.
Hermes.
When Ceres Station, our outpost on the asteroid
also,
belt, fell to the hierarchy.
It's been a long time since
he's
played it, or
but
she.
we fought on anyway. 3 days later, the Ur-Quan vaporized our last remaining laser forts on the moon, and the dreadnoughts took up geosynchronous position above Rome, Moscow, Beijing, Tokyo, London, Buenos Aires, and Washington. We'd lost the war, and we knew it. But the Ur-Quan decided to make it real clear.
And
that's why if you check any of our most recent maps, you won't find Buenos Aires. After the UN submitted their formal surrender, we were given a week to decide the nature of our servitude. The Ur-Quan demanded that the decision be made through popular vote. When all the votes were tallied, Earth had chosen not to fight for the Ur-Quan. We had become a fallow slave world. We were given a month to withdraw all of our people and equipment to Earth. Anyone or anything left off planet would be destroyed after the shield went up. Then the Ur-Quan broadcast an odd message. All objects of human construction more than 500 years old were to be abandoned. We didn't know what the Ur-Quan meant until they moved their dreadnoughts into new orbital positions and opened fire on the surface with their fusion weapons. In seconds, large sections of London, Paris, and other European cities were incinerated. At first, we thought they were going to annihilate us after all. And we noticed they were also striking such targets as the Giza Pyramids, the Parthenon in Athens, and Stonehenge. Curiously, the United States was almost untouched. The flaming rain lasted 40 hellish hours. It took days after we crawled from our smoldering shelters to realize what the Ur-Quan had done. Our new masters had targeted every building, monument, or other man-made construction older than 500 years and destroyed it. In those 2 days, we lost most of the history of mankind. In some cases, the Ur-Quan destroyed places we did not even suspect were significant. From their positions in orbit, the dreadnoughts blew away a kilometer of land in central Iraq, vaporized several targets in the Amazon rainforest, punched a big hole through the Antarctic ice cap to destroy something deep under the surface, and melted a broad swath of the ocean floor in the southeastern Atlantic. Then, just a couple of days later, the shield went up, and our contact with the outside world stopped. The next time I saw the stars was 8 years ago, when I was transferred up here to be the new commander of this starbase. Would you like any information on any other aspect of history? We have some data on this subject. What do you want to know about? Hell, you probably know more about them than I do, but here goes. About 200,000 years ago, when our great-to-the-nth grandparents were just starting to play with stone knives and bearskins, a star-faring species suddenly appeared on the galactic scene and spread like wildfire.
The middle of the Antarctic, yeah, right?
Just about everywhere, from an orbital platform on Alpha Centauri to a stack of data plates in a cave on Pluto to some nameless widget found in a voodoo shop in New Orleans. And we never found a precursor body or even a picture of one. We can conjecture what they look like by examining the scale and layout of their equipment. Such an analysis indicates they were giants, say 5 to 8 meters tall and twice as wide. I don't know if they looked more like a brontosaur or an elephant. Anyway, about 3,000 years after the precursors made their dramatic appearance, they vanished. Poof. As far as we can tell, it took less than a decade.
Listen, they were looking for... If they were looking for Santa Claus, they're at the wrong pole.
You mean besides the precursors? Well, the only information we have is secondhand based on some research by a Chenzesu historian that I read at the academy. Zetsurt-Sak, the historian, found some evidence that there was a group of alien races who formed an interstellar empire not too far from here about 22,000 years ago. The only species in this empire actually lived in our region of space was a race of rock-like creatures who lived in the Vulpeculae constellation. The presence of the hostile androsynth in that part of space severely limited Zetsurt-Sak's research. He never even found out the race's name. Yes, there is. Aside from the precursor relics we have found on Earth, often in museums mislabeled as modern art, we've discovered disturbing evidence of much more recent visitations. Perhaps you're already aware that during the mid to late 20th century, there were unaccountable UFO sightings as well as dozens of reported encounters with alien life forms. Although we can discount many of the reports as wishful fabrication or traumatic translation, the military authorities of the time kept a secret record of the incidents which were legitimate. In each such case, the aliens are almost identical in appearance. They have white skin and minimal facial features except for huge almond-shaped eyes, which are often described as glowing or luminescent. This description fits almost perfectly the Arielu Lalile. In most of the legitimate encounters, the people involved describe being physically examined or modified by the aliens. In some cases, unusual pregnancies occurred, and in almost every instance, there were repeat visitations as though the Arielu Lalile were doing checkups on their subjects. We never got the chance to confront the Arielu Lalile about what they did to us and why. I wonder if we ever will. Would you like information on any other aspect of history? Sure. Anything else? Fine. Is there anything else you need?
Proceeding, I need somebody to show.
Certainly, Captain. What do you need to know?
Okay, so we've already done
Fine. That. Is there anything else you need?
I need...
Goodbye, Captain.
All right. Finally. Which, granted, it is an information dump, but it is definitely... So wait, crew 3. Do we only have 3? Fuel 20. Fuel tank, crew pod, storage bay, ion gun bolt. We can get another crew pod for a lot. What's this? Storage bay. We'll do another crew. We'll do another storage. What is this? Is this fuel tank? Crew pod. I think you don't technically have to listen to all. Yeah, I mean, that's, you know. Can I move these? I mean, I don't have 2,000 anymore, so... But we can go and get... Oh yeah, we definitely need that. Oh, there they are. Okay, I heard... Antimatter thruster. Turning jets. March 10th, 2155. All right.
Yes, Captain?
I don't think we really...
Goodbye, Captain.
All right, let's go. Okay. I think I don't... So I just enjoy the lore anyway, but I can see how it might be a pacing problem for some players. Yeah, well, you know, that's my problem, is that I play games the way I play them. And unfortunately, you know, I don't... Yeah, I normally play games the way that I play them. I'm sure that's probably why I'm not a popular streamer, is because, you know, I don't... But that's okay, because I do this for fun. I don't do this for views and clicks and everything else. Unfortunately for everybody else. Alright, let's hit the road. Where should we go? What do you think? Arilulale. Let's go to Mars. I don't know. It might be a meme. Who knows? I don't think this game was around when memes were invented. Welcome to Mars. We beat Elon Musk here. Potassium. My friend and I always enjoyed saying Arilulale. Okay, well, let's... So, I mean, I don't think we can land on... Speaking of the Lali Lu Lalo from Metal Gear Solid. Can't remember, can we actually land on Jupiter? Like, I know it's not, I know it's a gas giant, but like, are we able, like, is there any resources there? Or no? Yeah, there's nothing, okay. But there is this planet. I was about to say that I know that they're accessible in the sequel. What is this? Oh, we're at Saturn. We're not at Jupiter. We're at Saturn. Okay. So would this be Titan then? Arilulale, yeah. Oh, you mean the upcoming sequel? Wait, the upcoming sequel. Oh, hello. Ah! Yeah, this is Free Stars. So I don't know if this is the game you're talking about. Oh, Children of Affinity. Okay. I saw that when I went to search this game out. Well, that's cool. Hopefully the game gets made. Yeah, I hope it gets made. That'll be cool. Like, to have an actual sequel. I will definitely play it, because I do love Star Control. Like, I do love these games. I mean, I know Star Control 3 is polarizing for people. I like it, but I also see why people love this game too. I'm not ignorant to that fact. Hello, Blackbird. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for following. Ain't there a remake of this game? I believe so, yes. Are you talking about Star Control Origins, or are you talking about Ur-Quan Masters? Well, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for being here. Ooh, blue. Alright, let's see what nonsense I'm getting involved in down here. Is this gonna... Is there a... Any of you guys ever play an old game called Alien Legacy? I remember that game. I want them to remake that. I keep on trying to find a version of that game. It's like driving over a carpet. Yeah, we are definitely pulling a... We are definitely pulling... We're like the planet scale of a rover. Not a rover. What are those stupid vacuums called that drive themselves? Why am I losing what they're called? Not a rover. It's a Roomba. We're doing the Roomba on the planet. Yeah, Roomba. Yeah. Listen, I never said that I was like a smart individual. I just said I enjoy these planets. Or planets, these games. Nothing, huh? Wow, that's pretty sad, actually. What is this? IO. Nice. Alright, well, let's see what type of debauchery we're going to get into down here. It's a dangerous business walking out your front door, Bilbo Baggins. Ah! No! I will not be caught. I will not be caught texting and driving again. Texting and driving again. Do it. Buddy, we got some radioactive. You know the trouble with an adventurer's life, son. It can end before it gets started. I might teach you how to handle a sword, and then someone will shoot you with a crossbow. That's true. Europa. Which was better in the mid-90s, Command and Conquer or Warcraft 2? Actually, I never played either. I never played Command and Conquer or Warcraft 2. Or Warcraft anything. I know, I'm losing brownie points, but I've heard of them, but I've never played them. Sorry to disappoint. I was never really into like Command and Conquer type games, unfortunately. Like I really prefer turn-based. So do I. So I like Final Fantasies and stuff like that so much. If I remember correctly, there's something on Jupiter, or not Jupiter, and Pluto. Like it's. Not a lot here. Neptune is failing us. Wait, where's Uranus? Neptune is such a pretty blue. Oh, way over there. Wait. Hold on, let me get to the system. I'm trying to keep up with the comments, guys. I'm sorry. No, don't leave. Oh, no moons. Okay. Like it's part of... when I recommend this game to people, I tell them you'll know if you like this game or not after Pluto. Yeah. Dude, Listen, I'm just all for Pluto still being a planet in this game. Alright, let's... We'll head to Pluto. Let's go back. Let's go back to Earth. Let's trade in all our resources, see if we can get some other stuff. Actually, does Venus have a moon? I don't remember. Like, I know Venus has a moon, like, in real life, but, like, in this game, does it have a moon? I don't remember. Nope. Alright, well. I wonder, wait a minute, we can land on Venus, right? I mean, it's not a gas giant, it's just got... like, dense cloud cover. Isn't that what a gas giant is? Why is it green? Oh, it does, though. It has... God. I know Venus is like frickin' nightmare fuel. Yeah, oh my god! Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, time to sleep. Induct the Ur-Quan core, whatever. Beat them all, or join them if you can't beat them. You too. Sleep well. Thanks, thanks, Jartza. Yeah, I don't think Venus is a place we really want to go. Alright, well... Venus sucks. Alright, well, let's go back here. Actually, let's go take a look at the planet. or Daniel Vance. I know you. Yep. There's Earth. Covered by that slave shield. But never join the dark side. Whatever happens, even in your wildest dreams. I know this game is on a time limit.
It's good to see you again, Captain. By the way, I thought you should know. Our deep space monitoring team has detected faint alien signals coming from Uranus or somewhere in that general direction. The emanations are definitely being generated from within the solar system and could represent the presence of a hierarchy spy.
There we go.
Not a bad job, Captain. Goodbye, Captain.
Actually, let's do... Oh, it costs 3 RU per crew member. Alright, so... I can't remember, what's the dynamo unit for? I don't remember. The combat domino module augments the combat battery. Oh, that's right. Yeah. I don't even have 2,000, so can't. Okay. Dude, I love human ships. They save me my ass so many times. And they saved my butt so many times in the first game. Oh, there's a signal by Uranus. I wonder where it is. Okay, come on, man. What are we doing here? I am seriously over. Yeah, right? Classic steering. Yeah, there's not going to be anything here. Can we please just go? Yeah, there's our Spathy. Mayday from surface. We have come under fire from an alien vessel we found hiding on the surface of Pluto. Captain, they killed Kowalski, Fritz, Chin, O'Donnell, Luigi, and all three of the Lieberman triplets. We have returned fire, but our stunner can't penetrate the ship's hull armor. We are initiating emergency launch procedures.
Attention,
Oh boy, here we go.
hostile alien vessel hovering overhead in an obvious attack posture. This is Spotty, Captain Sowifo. I know you are going to torture me, so let's just get this over with right now. The coordinates of my homeworld, Spatiwa, are 241.6 by 368.7, and the ultra-secret Spotty cipher, which is known only by me and several billion other Spotty, is Happy Muffy Duffy. Sorry about that little mistake with your landing vehicle. I was so startled when it approached my vessel in a threatening manner that my automated defense systems fired on it when it got too close. I hope nobody got hurt.
Attention vessel, identify yourself or be destroyed. Hi there, friend. We come in peace and mean you no harm. Don't kill us! You attacked our lander, killed our crew. Prepare to die. Damn.
Of course. As I said, I am Captain Photo of the Spotty Lordship Star Runner. Our sensors have tracked your entry into the system, which you are no doubt here to conquer. And while you are certainly welcome to do so, we would be greatly appreciative if you would please just go away and forget this star system ever existed. If you don't go, it will greatly complicate our master-slave relationship with the Ur-Quan, who stationed us here
Flipped
to
it
watch
for you.
over
Don't
the
worry, all good.
Earthlings.
Thanks. We suggest you immediately perform whatever cultural practices are customary to your species preceding death. We understand that sometimes these tragic misunderstandings happen. We grieve, but we are not bitter. Die, slug boy!
Phew, thanks. For a minute there, I thought you were going to kill me. About 20 years ago, this region of space was dominated by a loose confederation known as the Alliance of Free Stars, which was composed of the aliens native to these parts who did not want to be enslaved. They made a valiant effort against the superior Ur-Quan forces. It even looked like they might miraculously defeat the combined Ur-Quan armada, right up to the point at which the Ur-Quan totally defeated, indeed annihilated them.
Thank you. So what are you doing here on
When the
Pluto?
Ur-Quan armada entered the system to subjugate formerly the Earthlings, the Ur-Quan presented the humans with the standard slave options. Join the hierarchy as combat thralls and retain some autonomy, including the right to travel through space, or become a fellow species and return to free atomic savagery on the surface of their homeworld, encased for all time beneath an impenetrable force shield. The humans chose the latter option, and so were swiftly imprisoned on the surface of Earth. But the Ur-Quan didn't trust them to obey the restrictions, so they chose a small group of hierarchy combat starships from the Inlet and Spartan fleets to create the so-called Earth Guard and station them at a base on Earth's moon.
Tell me what you are doing on Pluto.
Originally, we were stationed on Earth's moon, which made us Spotty a bit uneasy because with each passing day we grew more and more worried about the sneaky Earthlings making a surprise attack. So the Internet kept telling us that it was impossible since the Earthlings had no ships or weapons whatsoever. That made us feel a bit better, but when the Ilrak left, again we grew fearful, and decided to make a strategic redeployment to Mars. Later on we decided it would be prudent to relocate to Jupiter's moon, Ganymede, then later Saturn's moon, Titan, and finally here to Pluto. The Ilrak contingent were supposed to be the toughest ridge crest, the most rigid flipper, yes, the backbone of the Earth Guard force. But they departed the system en masse not long after the last Ur-Quan dreadnought vanished from this region of space. They claimed to have received a direct order from their gods of evil and darkness, who had grown dissatisfied with the Ilrak's passivity and wanted them to kill, or at least torture someone soon. Personally, I believe they just got bored and went up to have some fun.
Well, that's probably true.
Well, when they were pushing up into hyperspace 18 years ago, we asked them that very question, and I think they said something to the effect of,
Real soon.
we decided that if the Earthlings figured out we had abandoned the base on Luna, they would be more likely to try something sneaky. So, we rigged up some old service androids and ordered them to drive around on the lunar surface in bulldozers, endlessly pushing around the same piles of dirt. In addition, we connected the base's local radio transmitter to an audio malnorme fun rum called Winky's Happy Night, hoping they would think we were still there. Over the past years, it became necessary to redeploy strategically some of our Earth-Guard forces to our homeworld in case of a sudden surprise attack by a vicious, unrelenting alien race which we spotty call the Ultimate Evil!
Oh, the ultimate evil.
Thousands, that is to say scores and perhaps even hundreds of my brethren stride through the corridors of this specially modified, super efficient, mass destruction-oriented starship, which could lay siege to an entire planetary system should we choose to do so, which, fortunately for you, we have decided not to do today. I am undone. You are far too clever for a poor spapper like me, and now I must submit to your superior alien intellect. I guess I am not revealing any truly important secrets if I tell you that each of my species' Lunar-class void ships typically holds 30 spapper crewmen, though at present my vessel, the Star Runner, is not up to full complement due to the needs of my homeworld in their resistance against the Ultimate Evil. And in fact, my vessel is somewhat understaffed right now, seeing as how I am the only spotter on board, which is a bit frightening, as I am sure you can understand.
Oh, you're the only one. A galaxy teems with threatening monsters. Are you happy here? Alone and vulnerable?
As yet, the Ultimate Evil remains largely unmanifest, and its powers and exact intentions are still a bit obscure, since it lurks just outside the range of even the most sensitive long-range detectors, which we feel gives conclusive evidence as to the Ultimate Evil's nefarious intent. Since it was our most powerful and unforgiving masters, the Ur-Quan, who stationed us here, we knew it would be grossly stupid to disobey them completely, but we decided it would be okay to send just one ship home. We used one of our most ancient and solemn rituals, Poon Taffy, to pick the lucky ship. Then, several months later, we decided that it wouldn't really hurt if we sent one more ship home. And then later we sent another, and then another. Well, you get the idea. Alas, as fate would have it, when the final ritual was performed, I, Barrisso, was left here alone. For as even the most immature in wrestling knows, there must always be one spotter who puts the short top first. How true, Captain, how true. In truth, just between us, during the past 7 years, I have been quite ill at ease, and yet now I find myself enjoying your company.
So they
This
drew straws,
wicked
yeah, pretty
dialogue,
much.
And in the presence of your huge, powerful, death-dealing starship, which, being my friend, you would certainly feel compelled to use in order to save me from any hostile life forms who threatened me with death. Our masters don't really keep us very well informed about their goings-on, so that all we know is that immediately after the subjugation of the last Alliance race, the Hut, I think, the Ur-Quan gathered their dreadnoughts and departed for the edge of the galaxy, commanding us to obey the slave laws or face their wrath when they returned. We only know bits and pieces of what happened to each race. For instance, when defeated, the Hut joined the Hierarchy as combat thralls, while the Siren chose to be slave-shielded on a planet in the Bugsquirt star system. No,
Bugsquirt?
that's not right. I forget its name. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, the Sophisti. They were utterly wiped out in a gigantic blaze of glory.
Oh, wow. I forgot about that. But I knew they weren't in the games, like in 3, so...
The Sophisti were half feral, as you know, having been uplifted by the Hut just a few decades before the start of the war. Given their habit of detonating those suicidal so-called glory devices in combat, it came as no particular surprise to me when, upon the arrival of the Ur-Quan primary task force at their homeworld, the Sophisti caused their sun to explode in a colossal supernova,
Oh my God.
destroying the entire planet.
Jeez, oh,
and
Pete.
incidentally, dozens of Ur-Quan dreadnoughts. Me? You mean me, personally? Well, nice of you to ask. I was born a poor green Earthling, the youngest child of a family of 18,487. My male parents had to work hard to support us, very hard. But each of my brothers and sisters and I tried to help out to make ends meet. The female parent was kind and sweet to all of us. Why, she once even called me by name. She said, "Forever, would you please answer the door? I'll put someone's there." What a treat, a golden memory. I swiftly matured into a fine example of my species with my parents' assistance. Achieved independence. Specifically, they pried me from the door jamb and rolled me into the street. Thus prepared, I set out to make my fortune. I had great dreams in those days. Yes, great dreams. I knew that someday I would be vastly rich, wealthy enough to afford a large, well-fortified mansion. Surrounding my mansion would be vast tracts of land, through which I could slide at any time I wished. Of course, one can never be too sure that there aren't monsters hiding just behind the next bush. So I would plant trees to climb at regular, easy-to-reach intervals. And being a study of the world, I would know that some monsters climb trees, though often not well, so I would have my servants place in each tree a basket of perfect stones. Not too heavy, not too light, just the right size for throwing at monsters. I was thinking about what color the stones would be painted. Aqua, mauve, or magenta, when a vegetable cart came careening down the street outside my house and knocked me unconscious. When I awoke, I was aboard the void ship Star Runner headed for Earth. Apparently, I had been out of my head for quite some time after the accident, and with the assistance of some kind strangers, had been relieved of my funds and convinced to join the Navy,
Yep.
where I have been unpleasantly employed for the last 25 years.
The tech to make ironclads genuinely useful was here, and we now have these fantastic gunboats that, like the ironclads before them. Well,
Happy days and jubilation! I discard all prejudice and hesitations and accept and celebrate your offer of protection and your undying commitment to my well-being. I must wax melancholy for just a moment though, and make sure you understand that any other spotty ships we meet at large in the galaxy are not going to be quite so responsive to your friendly gestures as myself, since they bear more heavily the yoke of Ur-Quan enslavement and are also apt to talk themselves out of line with a totally unknown alien, which I, having been left here alone, cannot do. Welcome me aboard, Captain.
Yay! That was it, right? Just them? No. Alright, let's head back to Earth. I'm definitely going to have to adjust the setup for when I play this next. Yep, and he's only got one person. So they clearly value an armada with big guns capable more of devastating shots, with humans moved away from around World War II. How effective aircraft carriers were over spacecraft. Okay.
It's good to see you again, Captain. Light load this time, Captain. Farewell, Captain.
Would you mind... Okay, would you horribly mind reading which Captain sheet over? Oh, yeah, sure. I think it may help viewers more easily follow the back and forth. Yeah, you're right. No, I need to. I started doing that and then I stopped doing it. Okay, so... I don't know. Do we head out of system? I can't be on too much longer. I've probably got to head to bed here in a little bit for work. No, all the creatures do not use Dreadnought class. The Ur-Quan Dreadnoughts are the Ur-Quan Dreadnoughts. So, is this where we... If I remember right. Okay, so now we are in... Wow, no music at all in hyperspace. Is there supposed to be music in hyperspace? I thought I remember music in hyperspace. Yeah, I remember music in hyperspace too. Oh boy. Ooh, wow. Am I about to get destroyed? Yep. Oh my god. Wow. Yeah, that's oh god, man, that's not okay. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do that planet. We won't be able to survive that at all. I wonder. Maybe when I go back to the menu, I'll have to look and see if there's like a hyperspace. Maybe a bug needs to be... Yeah, maybe. Let's see. Hold on. Let's go back out there and see if music kicks on. No, it does not. Uh-oh. We are being followed by something. remember.
We come in peace.
Submit or be destroyed. We are from Earth on a mission of
This is Probe 2418-B. We are on a peaceful mission of exploration. Priority override. New behavior dictated. Must break target into component materials.
What? Holy... Okay. I mean, yeah, I do save periodically, but hopefully I can make it back to Earth. Ooh, look at this. I really should have grabbed more fuel. This is probably... Yeah, that's a gas giant. Alright, let's... I know I'm going to regret this, but let's head back. I need to go back, get some more fuel. Just in case. I'm sure I'll make it with plenty, but I want to make sure I have plenty. I am in Eastern Standard Time, so it is now just after midnight. So yeah, I'll probably have to wrap up here pretty soon. But I will probably try to jump back on this weekend and play this. I might try to, yeah, I might try to play a little bit more this weekend.
Welcome back, Captain.
Yeah, I know it's a light load.
Another small load, Captain. Well, I suppose something is better than nothing.
Listen, dude.
We shall await your return, Captain.
I mean, I guess I didn't have to come back for fuel. I could have, but I wanted to... Okay, well, that'll last us a while. Oh, wow. So they actually give us, Can we zoom? Oh. No. I did not realize we could auto nav. Nice. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of nice, but... Yeah, that's so weird. Huh. It is definitely, Yeah, it is kind of weird that there's no... In hyperspace, no one can hear you scream. This is correct. Very much so correct. Okay. Alright, well. Let's see how this goes. Ow! Mother Hubbard. Just go back after that. Okay. Well, let's see what... I can't remember. Are red stars the hottest, or are they... You son of a bitch. So I'm guessing this is a gas giant, probably. What? Come on, man. Okay. This is a gas giant? Looks like it, yeah. Ooh, oceanic world, it looks like. What says atmosphere vacuum? Really? Oh, okay. Helium. I was gonna say, please don't miss that. Let's see what surprises we have here. Looks like seismic activity. Ah. Ooh. God, this planet looks like it's gonna kill me. Oh, there's life forms down there. Let's see what's down here. How bad is the surface? Oh. Hit the wrong button. Can I shoot the birds? Can't shoot the birds. That would be nice. Noble gas, base metal. Yeah, I know, like, the opening hours of this game are probably just going to be boring because it's going to be, but you know what? If people don't like it, tough. I like playing games like this. Oh, just missed. We are putting in the work to free humanity. What could be more interesting? That's right. That's absolutely right. You are correct. We are putting in the work to free humanity. We're trying to outrun these earthquakes. Oh, there is creatures amuck on this planet. I did not mean to do that. Wow, there are a lot of different creatures. Like, there was 3 different types of creatures down there. I always hit the wrong button, though. Wow, that's... Okay, hold on. Dude, they chase you. That's crazy. Crap, hopefully I didn't lose that. That's kind of crazy. You're just getting attacked. I don't remember what This is a gas giant. I don't remember what the purpose is of... Sometimes it's hard to tell what the planets are and what the stars are. But I think that's it, right? Is that a planet? Wait, where's the planet here? Is that it? That little thing right there? Oh yeah, here it is. You don't remember what the purpose of... Oh, the life form data. Like I don't remember. I know it was probably explained to me, but I don't remember. My memory's so bad. There's one piece of... Okay. Am I about to get destroyed on this planet? That's it, really. Yeah, you probably can. Beta Wolf. Let's go to Beta Wolf. Then we'll head back towards the solar system and go from there. I mean, we've not even got a full... So weird there's no music. Ooh, a yellow star. At least there's one planet. Great. Very helpful, this one planet. Oh, let's see. Hold on. There might be a ton of stuff on this planet. You never know. So there's some stuff. Okay. Well, let's dispatch and let's see what we can get. Yep, still seismic. Every planet's got to have seismic activity, apparently. Damn it. There we go. This one's not as bad, though. Famous last words. I can zoom. I don't think I can zoom, right? What? No, where? Alpha Centauri. Gamma Centauri. But this is Sol, right? That's Sol. That's Sirius. When I initially played this game, I'd wonder how being a single planet system would affect the inhabitants' growth, as in they'd have to jump straight to being interstellar to visit anywhere else instead of just neighbor. That's true. I mean, that is actually really true. Never even really thought about that. Yeah, it is. That's a pretty big leap. We only have 17 crew left, too, so we're going to have to go back and get more crew also. I was hoping to at least fill up one of my storage units before going back. Ooh, a blue star. Those ones are hot, if I remember right. I mean, white stars are the hottest. I know that. I'm trying to remember what blue. Blue might be cooler, actually. Yeah, I don't want to get the judgy small load. Sneer. That's true. Ah, another. And he even knows, too. He's like, another small load, Captain. I'm like, you know what? Listen here, dude. Listen here. I'm not putting up with your nonsense. It's green. Cobalt. Odium. Commander Hayes is like, what's his name? Is it Commander Hayes, or is it like, he's like my it's like my wife. He's like, oh, I see you got another small load. Ooh, Krypton. This is kind of crazy that they like have. All right, let's head back to Seoul. And yeah, after we turn stuff in, see if we can crew up, and we'll trade in all of our stuff. Hopefully we'll have a... I mean, we got a lot of just base resources, but like nothing like substantial. Definitely got a decent amount of all this, though. That's okay. I do remember that map being kind of annoying in the original when I played it. Just because you can't see anything, like you gotta like there's no quadrants or anything to zoom in on, man. It is just straight up.
Greetings, Captain. I'm ready to assist you. Before we go on, I have something important to tell you. We are being bathed in a broad beam hyperwave transmission from the direction of the Rigel star system. Due to the broadcast wide dispersion, we cannot discern its content.
Okay.
Good work, Captain.
Aw, thanks.
We are being bathed in a broad... Farewell, Captain.
We're being bathed. Is there any way to do this quickly? No? Okay. Guess we just gotta... Alright, is there anything... Well, we definitely need some more fuel. Do that. Alright, is there any modules that we can add? We could add more fuel, but like I'm still not... What is the fuel max? 50? I don't even know what the fuel max is with these. Oh, maximum velocity, turning rate, combat energy, max fuel 60. Okay, so yeah. Maybe we want to... What is this? Churning jets? I think we want more antimatter thrusters, so we go faster. Okay. We do want to go... I'm going to save on a different slot now. Just in case. (2A). What? What? Why are you doing that? Whatever, 2A is fine. I don't care. So our maximum velocity will be higher. Alright. Alright, well, I think that's where I'm going to wrap it up for tonight. Good old start on Star Control 2. Upgraded our ship a little bit, got some more resources. So yeah, so we will... I'll probably try to play a little bit more this weekend. I know we got a late start on... so I'm going to say goodbye to YouTube. YouTube, thank you very much for joining me here today. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to Motos Gaming, and I'll catch you in the next one. Catch you later.